There's something I'd like to ask you.
God be with you.
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather in...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
How do you know Liechtenstein's behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine.
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any... So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money you're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our...
Then I'd be helpful to you on... If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason.
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong...
Who's that?
Harmon Al... Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would
And these papers I'm supposed to switch.
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Harmon Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arrive.
Have you fallen out with the town council?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bartosz are behind it. They're disappointed that I dared out, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their hair stand on end.
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer court. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odoran's groom has a...
What brings you here? Huh? What brings you here?
He was dangerously clever and a slick boy. Nothing
I've got those papers from Alder.
Quiet! You don't have to announce...
Milady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my... Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected.
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words...
Thank you. No.
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain.
I'd like to. But I'm afraid I've had more than my fill already.
Wise. No matter, I shall drink a toast alone.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the
Is this supposed to be your seat?
Like I said, miracles happen where you lead. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what need...
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt...
Both of them. Good heavens, what did...
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swillpot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These counselors, they need... to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of it.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper slayer.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Surely you don't want to break in.
You hear no constator is grinding your lord
Stulturem mater, sentite gravida.
About the girls? Or the piglet?
Friend! You in need of something, my wife.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. So, to touching, come now.
I never had.
Truly.
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few.
See now. There's nothing to drink. Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the...
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pictures for us, eh? I'm sure you can manage.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
Filled with grief, comes to a roast was calling out strong words, begging to be eaten.
What a claim to get today? I am not sure.
All right. Sorry, mate.
That's saying something.
We're off to a good start.
Not.
How'd you like our wine, Shiva?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition. Recipes are passed on from father to son. And I myself was practically raised on wine. Even the French royal court took note of my The king himself had wine delivered for his table.
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out. Now, if you'd only known he had a real connoisseur here.
Best barrels! Mon ami, this wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary, where it would suffice for cleaning wood and easing train. For that, the taste is of little consequence.
I'd rather eat well now.
Just look at him.
But you can hardly stand straight, Martin.
Bullocks, you're changing the subject, so you don't have to admit I'm right.
God be with you.
Having a good time?
He's a fucking bore. These old farts here have no idea.
Well, what are you missing? There's wine, food.
Even a feast. Nah. I'd rather have a game of dice.
Well, let's have a game then.
For a coin.
10 groschen of my...
Quite rightly. Honour your vow of poverty and...
Greetings to you too.
Want to roll some...
Sure.
Playing for coins,
Oh, I might have...
And what might...
Let's keep it a surprise.
What the hell?
You bet.
Good day to you.
Good day.
Greetings.
God be with you.
God be with you, and with you.
Not this again.
God be with you. God be with you.
Greetings, friend. Good day.
You can dip that rotten carrot in lard and ram it up your I was just a... But if you don't like your prize, hand it over. Here you are. You've got no imagination. It's not for eating. Like I could shove it down the back of the cousin's shut.
In the simplest terms, I'm I am far too old for some sentimental courtship.
You're amusing. But you know my answer. appreciate your friendship, but I'd rather run my own affairs.
I understand. Let's at least drink to your success.
And let's drink to the future.
There you go. Now have plenty of time to cultivate that happiness.
Well,
how come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to travel with Sir Hanush? Raise an army, prepare a wedding feast and all that?
All hail Yobst. He sorted things out here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. Give them a finger. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. He's still young and full of piss and vinegar. I'm too old and fond of my comfort.
Did you at least discuss with Hanush where the wedding will take place?
Nothing to discuss. The wedding will take place at our castle Littitz, of course. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here, and that still wouldn't be much.
Ah, but there are 2 castles in Rattay. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Rattay? Well, I ought to look into that then.
But deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
Have you ever thought about getting married again? It would make a lot of things easier for you.
And how should I interpret this question?
In the simplest terms, I've offered you a business that is unrealistic. I am far too old for some.
Not a bad one. It's more suited for a ride in the woods or a hunt. No use at all for farming.
Let's at least drink to your
Well, we'll all agree that the name Bucevalas signifies higher value.
Yes. Looking at him closely, I reckon he's more of a draft horse. There are a few of those around my mind, too. I beg your pardon? What kind of name is Zeus Palace, anyway? The Sufferer. That's the way, it's bloody well done.
Hear what a horse is, then we'll have to discuss it.
Of course it's a horse. Not a bad one.
The red'll be good, I hope.
I spent half the day scrubbing that floor.
I'm telling you, give it a year and Sigismund will be gone.
And I'm telling you, we won't get rid of him that easily. Everyone's being too hopeful.
Lord's talking bollocks. Once Jobs raises an army, he'll shit himself and run back to Hungary.
And why would he do that? If he was to run away.
It will be an army like the likes of which this country's never seen before.
You're living in a dream world. He's only going to be a scarecrow to keep Sigismund from murdering the lords one by one. If an open battle breaks out, it will be a fucking bloodbath.
You sure know how to lighten the mood.
You farmyard beast! Jesus wept. Couldn't you have run out when you started stretching?
Won't be just any army. It will be an army like the likes of which this country's never seen before.
I spent half the day scrubbing that floor.
I'm telling you, give it a year and Sigismund will be gone.
Jesus wept. You farmyard beast! We'll all need it in the morning. Couldn't you have run out when you started retching?